Hey friends! I hope you really liked that lesson about Hanukkah and the song and story. So today you are going to reach into your holiday bag and you are going to be pulling out 3 things. The first one is you're going to look for this book. It says, "What is Hanukkah?" You'll know it's the Hanukkah book because it starts with the ha, ha, ha. Don't pull out the Kwanzaa or the Christmas or the Las Posadas. Pull out the Hanukkah book. Second thing you're going to pull out today is your paper plate. It's not a whole paper plate. Don't use this to eat snack or lunch at home. Pull out this piece of the paper plate. The third thing you're going to pull out is your bag. Inside there's white pieces of paper, a blue piece of paper, and a bunch of little yellows. Once you have these 3 things, put them on the table in front of you, and then in your crayon box you need your glue stick and your brown crayon. If you can't find a brown crayon, you can choose a different color, but these are the ones that I would prefer. So, once you are ready, we read about the menorah and how at Hanukkah time, the menorah gets lit, and those are candles. And so today we're going to be making our own menorah. So the first thing you're going to do is pull out your paper plate and your brown crayon. On the side where you eat, that part is going to face down at the table. So you're going to be coloring on the side of the paper plate where you don't eat. You're going to take your brown crayon and you are going to color the paper plate brown, just like this. If you scribble and there's white parts left, it means you're not doing it correctly, so you're going to color the whole paper plate. Now, if you are doing work at your kitchen table or on the kitchen counter or somewhere where if you colored on the table, your grown-up might get a little upset, I want you to stop. Take your Hanukkah book and cover up underneath, or you could get a regular piece of paper, but that way, if you accidentally color off your paper plate, you color onto this part of the book instead of on the table. So, because you are going to need to go all the way around to the edges, so make sure you either put maybe a paper towel or a different piece of paper, put something else down first, or you could use the big plastic bag that your project stuff came in and put that underneath your paper plate, because no grown-up or teacher wants you coloring on a table or a kitchen counter. So you are going to keep coloring. I'm taking my time. I'm coloring nicely. This is exactly what I want to see from you. And so you are going to color using your brown crayon the whole side of the plate. Not the side that you eat on, the other side. It gets a little tricky where the plate gets a little groovy. So just make sure you take your time. This should take you a little while. You should not be done, but if you want to pause the video and finish, you can. I'm only about halfway done because I am taking my time and I want as much of my plate to be as brown. Still keep going. Use that great stamina. Stick with it. Color, color, color. Don't color on the table or the counter. Make sure you have something on underneath your paper plate. Now, when your paper plate is all done, it's going to be almost completely brown. You should barely be able to see any white. So, if your paper plate looks like mine, give me a thumbs up. You are ready to go. Now, we talked about Hanukkah lasts for 8 nights, and every night a candle is lit. So, guess how many white candles we need? 8 of them! Now, the teachers counted very carefully to get these 8 candles into your bag, but sometimes people make mistakes or we might have goofed. So, right now, what you need to do in order to get ready, pull out all your white rectangles. These are going to turn into our candles. We're going to count them together and make sure we have all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8! I have all 8. Double check yours. Make sure you have 8 too. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Once you have your 8 candles, you also are going to pull out the blue rectangle. This is called the shamash candle. Say shamash. It's the helper candle. It's the candle that they use to light the other candles on the menorah. Say shamash. Perfect. Now, you are going to be gluing your shamash candle first. So, once your menorah looks like this, you're going to put your plate down so that you can't see the brown anymore and you can only see the white. Now, the part, it's kind of like a big smile. The smile closest to your tummy and the flat edge closest to your iPad. you are going to take your, what's this candle called again? Shamash. You're going to take your shamash candle, open your glue stick. At the very bottom of the shamash, you're going to do a little rub, rub, rub. Say it with me. Rub, rub, rub. Then you're going to glue your shamash candle onto the paper plate. So it looks like this. There it is. Kind of looks like a sailboat. If you've done it like this, you're doing it correctly. Now, put it right in the very middle, the best you can, right in the middle, because the 8 candles have to fit on here too. So we're going to do 4 candles on this side and 4 candles on this side. 4 plus 4 equals 8. But we have the shamash, so there's going to be 9 candles total. So put your shamash in the middle. Then you're going to do the same exact thing with the other 4 white candles. 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. Do rub, rub, rub. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then just put a little space in between, kind of like a pinky space finger in between the shamash and the white. All right. Friends, I don't know if Mr. Bullen knows what the helper candle's called. Let's see if he knows. Mr. Bullen, do you know what the helper candle's called on a menorah?
I think I forgot.
It's okay. Let's see if Miss Dritz knows. Miss Dritz, do you know what the helper candle's called on the menorah?
Well, I don't remember either.
Oh my gosh, friends. Shout it out for Miss Dritz and Mr. Bullen. Say, shamash! Now they know. Mr. Bullen, what's it called?
A shamash.
He knew. Miss Dritz, what's it called?
A shamash.
Oh, she almost said samash, but she fixed it. There it is. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, how many white ones over here? 4. Keep going and do the same thing. I kind of kept my white candles as even as I could. The shamash candle is a lot taller. So 4 white candles. The helper candle, 4 more white candles. You shouldn't see a bunch of glue on this part because you're not putting glue on the paper plate. You're putting glue on the candle. Keep going. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Make sure you're taking your time. You're not going crazy with your glue. No grown-up wants glue all over the table. So make sure you're putting little nice spaces in between. Take your time. Now remember, just like we talked about and learned about, they light 1 candle for each night on their menorah, and they use the fire or the flame, and that's what our yellow pieces in our bag are going to turn into. So, all right, I tried my best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There they are. Now, this is what you're going to do differently this time is you are going to flip over your paper plate. And this time, you're going to be looking up at the brown part. So when you are ready, you are going to take out all of your little yellow pieces. Dump them out, dump, dump, dump. Perfect. Now, we are going to count them and see how many made it into your bag. Are you ready? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should have 8 flames for your white candles and 1 flame for your helper candle. You are going to be taking your glue stick, putting glue at the bottom of each frame, and then this is going to be a little different. You're going to put it on top of the white candle. So you're going to be looking at that brown side. It should look just like this. All right, keep going. I'm going to show you after I do a few so that you can make sure your flames are looking like my flames. You're not putting glue on the white part. You're putting it onto the flame. Do a little rub, rub, rub. Push, push, push. Rub, rub, rub. Push, push, push. Rub, rub, rub. Push, push, push. Keep going up. Make sure yours are looking like mine. Take your time. Don't go crazy with that glue. Shouldn't even barely be able to see any glue if you're doing your work correctly and you're following my directions. All right. I'm almost done. All I have left is the helper candle. All right, friends. When your menorah looks like my menorah, give me a thumbs up. a double wink. Then you are going to put the cap on your glue stick, and you are going to pull out that Hanukkah book. It says, "What is Hanukkah?" We just talked about what Hanukkah is. We've made our menorah, and now if you want to color every page in your book, you can, because guess what? This book is for you to keep. It talks all about the same information that we just learned about. Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday in December. It lasts for 8 days and 8 nights. Hanukkah is called the Festival of Lights. It has all the same stuff that we just talked about. I see the menorah. I see the dreidel we just talked about. I see the latkes, the potato pancakes. Talks about the gift, all kinds of things. So you can read this to yourself. You could read it to a stuffed animal. You could read it with a grown-up. But you are going to color it, read it, and keep it with your menorah. Good job, boys and girls. Thanks for learning about Hanukkah with me.